Alright. So, picking up where I left off yesterday. Took like a super nap after I got off work. I had such a good nap. It's kind of hard to bounce back from the nap though. Like it took me like an hour to wake up. Like to wake up from the nap, you know what I mean? So naps are good, but man, they really just like they eat my day. That's why I have to make sure I get like a solid 8 hours of sleep at night. Otherwise, it ends up catching up with me, and then I feel like I need to take a nap, and I lose like 3 hours from the day. But anyway, what's done is done. So we're at late start today, very late start. 1:30, and yep. So let's look at our let's change directory to main for our 3 terminals, and now let's go look at our things to do. So we're dealing with a data sync receive issue, which we are quite sure is the cause of the draw animation bug. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna implement a simple fix first, and if the simple fix doesn't fix it completely, then we're going to have to implement a more proper and comprehensive fix, which would be this right here, most likely implementing a timestamp ordered form of data reception and application. So yeah, I don't want to talk about it. We did that yesterday. Let's just go ahead and activate this line in progression that we added. It was at, well, let's see, things to do. Where is it? Okay. Try this next. Okay, added caution placeholder comment in line 209 in progression up high. Progression file. So 209, and sleep for 1 second to allow time for this large data packet to be transferred and applied to both clients. Yeah, so that's a quote-unquote ghetto fix, but it is a fix, and I forgot to let you know. It's not like anybody's really gonna watch, but you know, it is what it is. There we go. Okay. Now, alright. Okay, so now we're going to go to 209. Sleep for 1 second to allow time for this package to be transferred to apply to both clients. So, you sleep. And I actually can't remember how you do sleep. Like, let's see, Python sleep. Okay, let's just read this real quick to make sure this is like what I'm looking for. Python sleep, how to add time delays to your code using sleep to code a Python uptime bot. You ever need to make your Python program wait for something? Most of the time, you don't want your code to execute as quickly as possible. There are times when letting your code sleep for a while is actually in your best interest. For example, you might use a Python sleep call to simulate a delay in your program. Perhaps you need to wait for a file to upload or download, or for a graphic to load or be drawn to the screen. You might even need to pause between calls to a web API or between queries to a database. Adding Python sleep calls to your program can help in each of these cases and many more. Tutorial: learn how to Python sleep calls with time.sleep, decorators, threads, async, IO, graphical user interface, knowledge, adding Python sleep. Building support for putting program sleep. Time module has a function sleep that you can use to suspend execution for the calling thread for however many seconds you specify. As an example, import time.sleep 3 for 3 seconds. So just copy that. And if you're on this code in your console, then you should experience a delay before you can enter a new statement in the REPL. I forget what that is, but I think that's like the interpreter or something. Like something like that. Anyway, we should probably know what that is. Python. What is REPL? I looked this up before. It's okay. Yeah, read, evaluate, print, and loop. Developers use REPL Python to communicate with Python interpreter. In contrast to running a Python file, you can input commands in the REPL and see the results displayed immediately. Read, evaluate, print, loop. Displays 3 chevrons or numbered message. Okay, so so that's just like when you actually run Python and you're working with it like actively or interactively. I don't know exactly the term for that, but alright, now okay. In Python 3.5, the core developer changed the paper time to sleep. The new Python sleep system call will last at least a number of seconds specified, even if sleep is interrupted by a signal. This is not applied to signal celebrated an exception. You can test how long the sleep lasts by using Python's timing module. Here you run the timing module with the end parameter, which tells how many times you run the statement. It follows. You can see that blah blah blah. Default number of times the timer will run your code is 1 million. If you were to run the above code with the default end, except for the command, okay, yeah, we don't care about that. You should know when one of the websites goes down. Okay, down sleeps. Okay, very simple. It's very straightforward. With decorators, adding a Python sleep call with decorators, you need to retry a function that has failed. Use one to make requests. Sleep between each request is desirable. Another use case that I first experienced, we need to check the state of a user interface during an automated test. The user interface might be faster. Use decorator to add a Python C system call in either of these cases if you're not familiar with decorators. So where's the def sleep, def the real decorator, def the wrapper, 0 orange try by return except sleep turn wrapper. Sleep is your decorator. Value. Time to retry. She falls to 3 function, the real decorator. She accepts the decorated function. Whereas you pass through the decorated function. Use a while loop to retry calling function. There's an exception, and you call time.sleep, increment the retries counter, and try running the function again. Get uptime bot to use your new decorator. Accept. Sleep main URL uptime bot. Okay, I see. Let's remove the original loops. Don't call them sleep 16. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Adding a Python sleep call with threads. There are also times you want to a thread. Perhaps you're running a migration script against a database with millions of records in production. You don't want to cause any downtime, but you also don't want to wait longer than necessary to finish the migration, so you're designed to use threads. I don't know what a migration script is. Threads are a method of doing concurrency in Python. You can run multiple threads. Customers are noticing any kind of slowdown. Each thread needs to run for a short period and then sleep. From the threading module. Sleep. Python logging codebook shows a nice example that uses time sleep. Python's logging module is thread safe, so it's a bit more useful than print statements for this section. Event wait. Threading module provides an event that you can use like time sleep. However, event has the added benefit of being more responsive. The reason for this is that when the event is set, the program will break out of the loop immediately. Time sleep, you code will need to wait for Python sleep to finish. The reason you want to use wait here is because wait is non-blocking, whereas time sleep is blocking. What this means is that when you use time sleep, you'll block the main thread from continuing to run while it waits for the sleep call to end. Wait, solve this problem. You can read more about how all this works in Python's threading documentation. Okay, so that's kind of actually important to understand for my application, because if we use wait, then that blocks the main thread. Or I guess it blocks any other thread from running. It waits for the sleep call to end. Okay, so that's a question I need to ask. Is do I need it to be blocking or non-blocking? While not event dot is set. Event dot wait. Event equals dot event. 2 thread start thread 2 not event set. Example, you create a threading event and pass it to worker. Recall that in the previous example you instead passed a dictionary. Next, you set up your loops to check whether or not event is set. Okay, so you add. Okay, so you use a while. Yeah, see, I've never used this. I've never used event before. I've like read about it, but I've never actually used it. So we would say while not event is set. Okay, then we try debug and then event.wait. So while the event is not set, it will wait, but then when you keyboard interrupt, well, that's the way they have it set up. So you could do it the other way, right? You could say while not event is set. So basically, like in our case, we would say while not event is set, and then we would call that increase. You said passivation. Threading dot event. Next, you set up your loops to check whether or not event is set. If it's not, then your code prints a message and waits a bit before checking again to set the event. Once the event is set, worker will return and the loop will break. Okay, so I need to I don't fully understand, like I kind of get it, but how would you pass in a different sleep time to each worker thread? Can you figure it out? So I want to say async IO is multi-processing, I think, as opposed to multi-threading. Output has been marked as an async function, so you can't like go to another function. Okay. Okay, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that's multi. I think that's called that's multitasking instead of multi-threading. Yeah, that's I understand that. I don't really understand the events thing. I'll put that in my things to do for later to understand better, because I do need to understand that better. Learn more about event and dot rate. Okay. So ultimately, you create. Let's read this last one. When you create a graphical user interface, you'll occasionally need to add delays. For example, you might create an FTP application to download millions of files, but you need to add a sleep call between batches so you don't bog down the server. GUI code will run all its processing and drawing in a main thread called the event loop. If you use time.sleep inside of GUI code, then you'll block its event loop. From the user's perspective, the application could appear to freeze. The user won't be able to interact with your application while it's sleeping with this method. Okay, now this okay, so if I were to use sleep, so let's put this use sleep or event or event wait and put sleep is thread blocking, wait is non-blocking, and then sleep will or could, I don't know for sure, but could cause GUI interaction to freeze. We also have, okay, well, this is appear to freeze. User won't be able to interact with the application while sleeping with this method. On Windows, you might even get an alert about how your application is now unresponsive. Unfortunately, there are other methods you can use besides time.sleep. In the next few sections, you'll learn how to add Python sleep calls in both tkinter and WXPython, which I'm using Pygame. Sleeping in tkinter is available, but code, press the button, and you the button will stick down for 3 seconds as it waits for sleep to finish. To get tkinter to sleep properly, you need to use after. Okay, so that's only for tkinter, and then all platforms. There's nothing good about happens when you install it yourself. Like, could I so for the reference to TK object after okay. Alright. So we're just gonna, let's see, I want to read this one more time. It says that using event await, the reason you want to use wait here is because it is non-blocking, whereas time sleep is blocking. What this means is that when you use time sleep, you block the main thread from continuing to run while it waits for sleep call to end. Wait solves this problem. You can read more about how this all works with thread deactivation. Okay. But don't we want it to be blocking? Do we want it to be blocking? Okay, so if it's blocking, then that means if it's blocking, then this means that when we call sleep, we would call it here from progression file right here, and whenever we called it, it would block the other threads, which would be, this is the main thread. It would block client 1 thread and client 2 thread from doing anything while we waited on this sleep. And that is actually the goal, because we don't want that's what the problem is, we suspect, is that before this data gets transferred, well, actually, okay, okay. That's okay. I don't think actually the issue is here. Like, I don't think we need to add sleep there. So first we're gonna say where should I believe we do want it to be blocking, because the entire goal is to stop another thread from working ahead of another. And specifically when C2 is sending the data, card group data dig data, C1 gets ahead of C2, sending later data before prior data. Okay, so yes, we do want it to be blocking, and so where should we implement the pause switch? Server side main thread, which is empty, T1 or T2. Grab a water. Grab a water. Late starting.
would rather me wait till Chelsea was back.
No, you're good.
The kids, they've been to bed. They all had their
Yeah.
lunch.
No, you're good.
Okay. Alright, so alright. So we're asking whether or not we want it to be blocking, and we said yes. I believe we do want it to be blocking because the entire goal is to stop another thread from working ahead of another. Specifically when C2 is sending cargo data, C1 gets ahead of C2, sending later data before prior data. Use sleep or event dot wait. So if we use sleep on the server side, would it cause the game to freeze then? I wonder about that, because I would like to say if I use sleep on the server side that it wouldn't cause that to happen. Because the event, like the input event system is on, for the client, is on the client side. So as long as we didn't have sleep there, then I don't think it would cause put as long as we sleep from server side, we shouldn't have to worry about client GUI freeze. So logging to see if we'll okay. Yeah, and I'll just change this to that. This here. There. No, not in Progrod. Not there. That would not do what we want it to do, I don't think, because well, actually, okay, yeah, like, yeah, actually, that might do what we want it to do. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm calling you like hours ago.
Yeah, I was taking a nap.
Oh. I was letting you know then I was just gonna leave Zeta until like tonight because she's not gonna want to stay without me. And I'll just come pick her up this evening now.
So you're gonna come get her now, or are you talking about later?
Later.
Okay.
Like I'm saying now it's this evening. I was trying to call you earlier and let you know. But I have an appointment early in the morning. But my mom will be here, so she's okay to stay. Should be good.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work.
Can you do me a favor and put a case of kids' milk by the door so I don't forget it?
Case of kids milk by the door. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Just set it there because I keep forgetting it.
Alright. Well,
What time do you have to go to bed?
I have to go in at 5:30 tomorrow, so I need
What time do you need me to pick them up? Well, I'm not picking them all up. I'm still gonna leave Kai and Diddy there, and I'm probably gonna visit with them a little bit before I leave because I miss them.
Well, I mean, I gotta be asleep by like 8:30.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll be there. I'll probably come at 6.
All right. All right.
Goodbye.
All right. Bye. Okay, could I switch to certain points? Apply to block. Until that data is and which is the main thread. To block Well, hold up. Okay, so wait a second. If we put the block there in main thread, then that would make it to where if we put the block in the main thread, then that actually wouldn't work, because that would block both threads, both client 1 and client 2. So that actually wouldn't work. Put, I don't think we can put it in main thread because that will block both T1 and T2. We only want to block we want to block T1 or T2 until T1, T2 has finished sending the CGG card group data. Alright, yeah. I think it's, we want to block only want to block T1, T2 until T1 just finished sending. Pretty sure we can't put it, because if we just put a sleep right there in the main thread, all that's gonna do like that's okay. Alright, so there's another so there's another way to think about doing this is that instead of making it to where the main thread doesn't stop at all and does this and then continues on to return, draw a card, and then the deal will run immediately after, to make sure that like instead of the main thread always running, we could make it so that the main thread is blocked until that data is sent. So like sleeping from the main thread will not fix the issue, I don't think, because all that's gonna do is It's just pausing the process. But we want it to pause the process for the main thread. We want whichever thread is transferring the card group data, the larger data, we want it to block the other thread while it does that. And another way to do that would be okay, yeah, so there's two perspectives here, and that is let's try to reword this exactly. Say there are two ways to accomplish our end goal. One is to block the other threads until thread finishes sending. And then the second option is to not block, but to, like, we're not actually gonna block the other threads from the whichever thread is sending the card group data dictionary, but we would pause in a non-blocking way the main thread from progression. So this would be from T1, T2 server side, and then this would be from MT server, or yeah, well, of course the server side, but anyway, and then this would be non-blocking MT pause for X amount of time until to allow CGDD transfer. Alright, yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah. So I think that the easier way would be to do number 2. So we'll change number 2 to be number 1 because that is a better idea, I think. We'll put seems like the better, easier option. Alright, so from team to team. Alright, yeah, so in this case we wouldn't sleep. We would well, if we did a while loop, that would not block. That would only like a while loop from the main thread is only gonna block the main thread. It's not gonna block any other threads. Or did I misunderstand that? Would sleep actually block the other threads? That's what I need to know. Does sleep block the another thread? Python, does sleep block other threads? To hold the execution program for a given time, dependency function actually stops the execution of the current thread only, not the whole program. Okay, so actually, yeah, that's exactly what. Dumb. Yeah. All right, now we know. Yeah, we just want to use. We would just use sleep. You start the sleep function. Actually stops the execution of the current thread only, not the entire DigitalOcean. I've never seen this one before. Let's add this to our. Oh, I redid my bookmarks to where I don't have programming folder anymore. Yeah, I forgot I did that. I deleted all that because I had a bunch of like junk in there. So DigitalOcean. Now, so that answers that question. We can just use sleep. So this is going to get deleted because we want sleep. We're not going to use wait. Alright, so to block MT, so data transfer. So that's exactly, yeah, that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want to do. Okay. So we answered that question. And then I believe you want to be blocking. Yep. So, yep. Alright. I'm blocking. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna put the sleep right here. So it's time.sleep. Don't ever kick a door like that. That's not how you open a door. No, don't lie to me. You open that door.
I didn't kick it.
How did you open it? And don't catch no attitude with me like that neither. I don't need you to show me. You opened it very rough. You opened it very rough.
I didn't mean.
Be easier with it, okay? But I'm working. You gotta get out.
You promised.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
After my birthday, and you still haven't-
Yeah, we'll do it, but not right now. Not while I'm working. Y'all can't do that on your own. You could take it out and like look at it and get it ready, but don't lose none of the pieces. I mean, just take it out and look at all the pieces of it. But like, not here. Do it on the island. Clear space on the island and make sure when you open it, you lay everything out and you don't lose any pieces, and don't let Diddy or Kyron mess with it. Time to sleep, and we'll just say 2 seconds. Okay. And let's just like verify this is in the right spot. Yeah, so this, yeah, this should be the correct spot. So now we're just gonna go ahead and run it. We're gonna say pi server, client, and pi client. Okay, so it's that bug. We gotta fix that bug too. It's a pain in the ass. Probably wasted a few 100 seconds dealing with it. Alright. Okay, so now card, that's another bug gotta fix. What? What is that? Why is the card? Why is the card face? Why is the card the other way? This never happened. Oh, come on, man. It's kind of funny, bro. It's like you fix one bug and another one appears. It's like, it's very... No way, dude. Come on. Well, actually, I don't know if we fixed it. But... So we have to run it a few times and...
There are only 4 pieces to it. I mean 3.
Alright, we'll keep them all together and don't let Diddy or Kyron run off with them.
I know. Well, I set it up. What are you doing? Playing my game?
No, I'm coding. It's not playing the game.
What are you doing with the card?
Okay, so it looks like it mostly fixed it, but it didn't completely, because you see this, it left behind one card. It didn't have quite enough time to Alright, Zeta, you gotta get out, baby. I'm working, okay?
How many minutes?
I'm gonna work for like at least another hour or so. It's gonna be a while, okay? Alright, come on, you gotta go. Sorry. Okay, so what is going on here? So first of all, something I'm noticing is we're getting this red 3 prompt before it's supposed to like be there, and that's because we changed it so that the game data is processed before the player data, meaning that the text prompts now precede the card movements, meaning that normally it should have dealt all those cards first, and then like when you saw that you had a red 3, then it would say, hey, you have a red 3 in your hand, instead of saying first you have a red 3 in your hand and then the cards being dealt, because it's like out of order. So considering that we made this change, we made the change of putting game before player because we were trying to fix this same bug, and that didn't fix the bug. So I think we can confidently say that we should probably revert back to the original state of the Durchek sequence, which has player data being transferred, processed first. Yeah, because we don't want these, we want the text prompts to happen after, and that's pretty much like a universal throughout the game. I think that's always been the case, and that's always how we have done it. So I think we need to change that. Now, as far as the red 3s being facing the wrong way, since we just implemented this sleep, I just want to disable this sleep real quick and verify that that is indeed the cause, and that it wasn't something else that I did. So we disabled the sleep, and still have those other stupid bugs. But yeah, you can see now it's definitely so yeah, there's the red 3. Okay, so that isn't actually what's causing the red 3 bug, because we just saw it be face down instead of face up. But let's see if okay, yeah, so this is totally like messed up now because of that draw animation bug. I don't know about the whole red 3 thing being faced the wrong way. That's brand new. I don't think that's happened. I don't know exactly what I could have changed that caused that, but if I had to guess, I didn't really make many changes. I would probably say that it's the fact that I changed the order of the dir check. So what we want to do, we're going to, first off, I want to put this in devlog so like I remember. So brainstormed on draw or what's it, draw card. Yeah, it's actually draw card bug. Is that what we call it? I don't know. And came to a decision. Well, implementation of sleep in main thread to allow time for T1 T2 to transfer data before T proceeds to the deal, and then put after implementation of aforementioned, we noticed that red 3s from the deal were facing down instead of up. Disabled sleep and tested to see if this bug persisted, and it did persist. And then put perhaps this is from reorganization of dir checks. Also of note is that red 3 reception text prompts are proceeding also note there's that red 3 reception text prompts are proceeding display of actual red 3 due to third check process reorganization. It seems likely that trying to revert back, reverting back to original third check sequence to attempt to fix this, since the third check reorg was an attempt to solve this hard bug, which it did not. Okay, I'm back. Alright, now, gotta take my vitamin. Okay, so we're going to just run it one more time just to verify that having sleep disabled, it does persist. And we already tested it once and it did, so we're almost certain it's not okay, yeah, so it does persist, and alright, that's all we need to know for that. So we're going to change these DirCheck sequences back to their original. Let me make sure I have all these prints. I don't have any prints going on. Prints can mess everything up. Let's double check that. So we're gonna run it again, and I want to make sure we don't have any prints. Let's look at the terminal. I don't see any prints yet, but we have some. Let's see if we have any. Nope, no prints there. Right. Yeah, still no prints. And yeah, we don't have any prints. And we're gonna see if the bug persists, which it most likely is going to. So, yep, okay, and no prints. So it doesn't have anything to do with printouts, and that tells me it's most likely the sequencing we changed, because we changed the server side sequencing as well as the those prints. We don't need those at all. Alright, so well actually, okay, so server side, yeah, we didn't change server side. Well, that's receive. But for send, we may have, okay, yeah, we did. Check, okay, yeah, we're gonna get rid of that, and then we're just gonna go back to the original, player game deck locations. Then we're also going to go to client, and we're going to do the same thing. Check. Alright, so and we'll get rid of that and change it to player and then game, and that means we need to do before game. There we go. So now we have player game deck. Alright, player game deck locations. Same thing here. Move this down. So now we have player game. Over here, we're gonna get rid of that. Comment player game deck locations and that. Comment. We're doing player game deck location as it was. And so now we want to reorganize this as well to be player game deck locations. Alright, so that's good. And we forgot to change the ordering. We still printing out game first, but it should be player. So we just fixed that. Now it's player game deck loc, which is what it should be. And then since we changed all that, just verify we did the right thing. This is before send. Logging is player game deck locations, and then receive we didn't ever change, which is still player game deck locations. Let me go back to client, player game deck locations, player game deck locations up here, game, player game, and that is correct. That's what we wanted it to look like. So here we go. Now we can server, client, and let's see if that.
I wasn't here. I have no idea. They said that earlier, but didn't want me on.
Alright, that did not fix the red 3 bug because I just saw. Yeah, it's like it's not even showing the red 3 at this point at all. So but that was because it was already like dealt out during the draw animation. So this may be a derivative bug, that's derivative of the draw card bug. So what we're gonna do is we'll just add it in things to do. What did I just do? What? Okay, I didn't know you could do that. You could collapse the stuff. I didn't want to do that. So data sync receives relation. Correct.
What?
Correct.
You stop?
Yes.
What bed do you sleep in now? Dad? Daddy, what bed do you sleep in?
I've been sleeping in the big bed.
The big bed?
Yeah.
You and Mom did it? Tomorrow we're coming back here. I can have all the stuff. Coming here. Mom! When is Daddy off? But, I bring my bike. She said whenever she's off, we can go to bike ride or this
We'll call this red 3 face down bug.
We always do it every time it's over by myself.
After
So we
red
went
3
walk.
spot
She said, maybe
being
someday we
placed
can go to
face
bike ride.
down
Now we're going by bike. That's what she said.
instead of face up during the deal. Maybe a derived bug from Okay, so now we're gonna re-enable the sleep line to see if let's just put this devlog that we did.
Oh, Daddy, I gotta go. You're a kangaroo. You're my big
Reverted
kangaroo.
back to orientation.
Get out for a second. Hey, Josh.
Okay, to the deal. After implementation, aforementioned, notice the red notice facing down instead of up. Disabled sleep and tested to see if this bug persisted, and it did persist. Perhaps this is from reorganization of dirt checks. No, that's not the case.
Josh.
Yes. Your tire? What are you talking about? Your spare?
Yeah, the one we bought that didn't have a. And there's a donut in my car.
It's under the house.
My tire is like there's something wrong with it. It's flat.
It's probably it needs a plug. I can put a plug in it.
I wanted to get that tire and take it. My mom knows a guy in automotive, and he'll put it on for me for free on the rest at her job.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that because if the tire just needs a plug and the tread is still good on the tire, there's no point in discarding that tire when it's still got plenty of tread life left on it. That's like throwing.
I don't know if it's any good anymore.
Well, I'll look at it and I can tell you, because tread depth at a brand new tire is like this deep, and you just judge based on the depth. If it's real small, like if there's barely any tread left on it, then yeah, it might be time to get a new tire. But you really want to run your tires until they're basically done, because
I don't want to
it's
get
like
my tire keeps going flat while I'm driving.
I'll look at it. It just needs a plug, most likely. It needs a plug.
Yeah, I couldn't find where it was.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. Brainstorm. They should sleep. Can you shut that door, please? To your left. Hey, Zeta, come get this scooter out of here! Implementation of sleep notation line time for T1, T2 transfer data before MT produces the deal. As implementation aforementioned, notice that rotation of the deal we're facing down instead of up. Disable sleep test to see if this bug persisted. It did persist. Ready back to your original dirt check sequences. since the reorganization was an attempt to solve the draw card bug, which you did not. Okay, now put tested to see if sleep at in frog pie has fixed. I can't talk right now. I'm sorry. I'm working. You gotta wait. No, I want that. That's light is for me. I want that light. I want that light. I'm working right now. Can you open that back up, please? Like, can you, or are you like now? Like, I want the light.
What we're doing.
Well, not right now.
Well, what am I doing right now?
I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea what you're doing, but I'm working right now. I'm sorry. I'm working. All right, y'all get out. Don't come in. Don't come in here again. Please open that so I can have my light back. Thank you. Like, it was all the way open. I'm working right now. I'm done. I'm working right now. I'll talk to you after. I'm working right now.
Well, I need something from you.
Okay, what?
I need you to come up with what you want to do and lay it out.
Alright, well, I'll do that later. Can you open that curtain all the way back how it was, please? Okay, yeah. I can't do this right now. This is like work time. I can't. I'm in work mode right now. I can't.
You think you have a work mode right now?
I'm not discussing this with you. I am working right now.
Okay.
You can wait. Okay. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm working. Can you please? I'll open the curtain back how it was. No, it's not back how it was. I wanted it all the way open.
Well, I want to be heard.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can wait because I'm working right now.
Why can't you talk to me about our kids?
I'm working right now. We
What
can
do
talk
you
after
wanna do?
when I'm done. I'm busy right now. I can't.
You're always busy. You're always busy. And look, you need to make time to talk to me.
Okay, test to see if sleeping program.
Gosh. Look, it's me running around with our kids trying to figure out like where we're going, what we're doing, where we're living. It's fine for you because you're sitting in our home working,
Testing
busy,
to see if
without a worry, without a care. But I'm like trying to figure out. You know, it's like
fix draw card. Alright, so we reorganize, we re-enabled that. Shut the door, please!
well, I'm here today.
I'm trying to talk in private. I need private. I need private.
You know, I'm here right now. Talking about me not being well and shit. I'm trying to talk to you and you're just not making time to talk.
Not right now.
Why? Why not right now? Why? I haven't been here in a week. I'm coming to you to ask you what
I'm
we're
busy.
doing.
I'm streaming. I'm busy. I literally cannot right now. At 4 o'clock, I'll stop. So give me 40 more minutes, and then we can talk about it.
I guess you're just gonna call me. I'm not gonna hang here.
All right. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it is see how it replaced the okay, so now it's doing the deal and then the replacing the draw card. So it looks like the bug has been pushed further up to where like I don't understand this. How is it doing the deal before how is it doing turn draw card? So it seems to have worked for fixing this, but then it seems like what it's doing is somehow it is, and I'm just like, I don't really understand this because there's only one thread. The main thread is the one running this. So I don't really understand how the data for this could end up behind the data for the deal. And unfortunately, this might suggest that this is a broader data transfer issue that this little quick time sleep fix will not solve. It won't solve this problem, I don't think. Like, unless we added a sleep after, like, we could technically we could add in a sleep at various places in the game. Because it seems to me that still this is now like the problem just moved to a different spot, to where now instead of this data being received and applied, let's just think about this for a second though. Is this necessarily the transferring of data as the problem, Or is this, like, is it a time issue where it's sending before? Or is it simply a matter of the receiving logic, which makes it so that like this data and this data are actually sent together in the same packet, but because we're processing this technically would be a this would be applied in the deck dir check function call, as to where this data here would be in the
These kids ate lunch.
yeah and
Lunchtime?
yes and this would instead happen yeah, and then it would be that the issue would be that this player. Why do you have to come ask me for a snack? Y'all can have a snack, yeah. Shut the door, tell your mom y'all can have a snack. Why do I have to be asked if they have a snack? Why can't let's deal with that. Okay. So for current player, yeah. So this would my concern is that maybe this is not necessarily a time issue, like perhaps all this is going in the same packet, but because of the sequence of dir check, the data here is being applied after the data here, because this is the player. This would fall under the player dir check call, meaning that it would happen first. So this would be why we see the cards being dealt before these cards, the draw cards, are being appended back into the deck. So like first I'm just gonna run it again, and we're gonna see if this persists and is like constant. But if it's you know, if it's this data transfer like non-synchronized issue of data being applied out of order from which it should be, then it is going to be inconsistent, like, because it's not based on logic, it's based on time and what happens, you know, milliseconds, and what thread processed it, and how much data is in the packet, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff is gonna contribute So there it is, and see, it did the thing we wanted it to do. It slept, and it caused that bug, the draw animation bug, to go away. You can see how one client's a little bit behind the other. This one is, well, you can actually see them in real time when I do it like that. So and where did those cards go? I just missed it. I'm like looking at too many different things at one time. So we'll do this again. I want to verify that the sleep does indeed fix this issue, the draw animation bug, and it seems to have done the trick. But as you can see, let's leave it like this so we can see it in real time. As you can see, the two draw cards are still visible on the screen, and there they went. See, as a matter of fact, yeah, you can definitely see, you could see right here on client 1 how, and then there they just went on client 2. So yeah, this is definitely a asynchronous data application issue, meaning that, like right here on client 1, what happened is it dealt the P1 hand, and then it gave back those two draw cards to the deck, and then it appended all the cards to P2 hand. But on client 2, if I remember correctly, it dealt P1's hand, P2's hand, and then sent back those draw cards, meaning that the data is being received, or not necessarily received, but applied out of order. So that's almost certain. So we'll put tested to see if sleep fixed a card bug. It did fix the bug, but it seemed to only move the issue to a different place. Now the two draw cards are being replaced after or during or after both players are dealt their hands, or in between P1 and P2 being dealt their hand. We'll just put after or in between. After being dealt their hands. Say this almost certainly, and like we can restructure the way we write these devlogs, honestly. Instead of just doing it like that, we can structure it more like this. Yeah, because that's better. Reverted back to. And then test to see. Now 2 draw cards being placed after entering the board. This almost certainly means there is a broader issue of async data send receives notifications. Which means we most likely So I think we can eliminate this, these two, and we definitely changed the dirt check. So we did all that. So now we can eliminate that, and we'll say almost certainly. We'll say. Data transfer. Definitely the issue. Yeah, we're gonna delete option 3. That's almost certainly not gonna fix it, and we are not gonna do that because that would be I don't know, this might actually be smart and doable. Should give another look, but for some reason I feel like we're leaning toward Okay, so we're only gonna go for another 18 minutes. I'm gonna quit at 4 today instead of 5. I have to fix my wife's tire. Yeah, well, and now we know that it's not just the card group data dict, like, because it was a larger packet. Now we know it's more so of a considering that previously we thought it was an issue of large packet sends, which has now been proven wrong by the fact that problem persists. Via the deal being processed before applied before between process via the deal applied before between replacement of the 2 draw cards, which is small data. This it seems that we need to exactly what's I writing here. Considering previous those spikes and seems that data size doesn't. It seems that we need to we need to change the way in which data is applied. Change the way in which order in which data is applied. This means that times the issue would persist in random and various places throughout the game, wherein like, and we can't just say, oh, well, we can just reorganize the dir check structure, because like the order in which we would want the dir check application to be executed varies based on the data that's being changed throughout the game. Like, you know, in this case of the bug we're seeing now, we would want the deck to be handled first, and then the player, and you'd say, okay, well, that might fix the bug, but only at this part of the game, because in a different part of the game, if we you know, like if it was the opposite order, to where, let's see, like, so let's see, like you know, in a different part of the game, we might want the player data to happen first, and then the deck data to happen second, and ultimately that means, like, ultimately what we want is the data to be applied in the same exact order that it was sent in, which means we will have to almost certainly, it seems like, it seems like we'd almost certainly have to use a timestamp system to ensure the integrity of and orderliness of the data application. Yeah. So this means the issue would persist in random various places throughout the game, and dir check order would not matter, because you know, data type order from game flow varies throughout the game, implying the only solution is for data to be applied in the exact order that it is executed server side. Yeah, point blank period, the end. I think we have our answer on that. I don't think there's any way around having that do that. So adding logic and client pause hold while until card beta, yeah, that's not the correct option. We're gonna say doesn't solve entirely. almost certainly necessary. Not sure about this. Because changing the overall structure of data transfer says C1 server side only sends to C1 client side. That still doesn't solve the problem, right? Because we would still have the same issue of, even if we're only sending, you know, from C1 server side to C1 client side, we would still have the same problem, because well, for one, even if it was in the right order on the server side, the order of the dir check on the client side could end up applying the data in the wrong order. So yeah, this doesn't, I'm almost certain this wouldn't solve the issue. And we'll put almost certainly won't solve issue. And we'll put this don't believe this could fix the out of order data application issue due to the fact that despite this ensuring data is sent in order, it still may be applied client side out of order due to dir check order. This implies option 2 is still necessary. Would still be necessary. Alright, and so let's see. We're gonna move this option 2 to this option 2. And okay, so get rid of that, and we're gonna put inventory options back up here. Which actually, I'm just gonna not have this in 2 places anymore. I'm just gonna delete that altogether, and we're just gonna leave it in withdraw animation. Oh yeah, and we're gonna put, let's see. Okay. Definitely verified retesting after sleep implementation and followed by at line 210. Okay. Who's we? Oh, I was gonna do that thing with her. She. Well, you didn't say when. Well, she wanted to do that little meteorite thing. I mean, you don't have to take Zeta. You can just go. Zeta, didn't you want to stay and do the thing? the thing you wanted to do, baby.
Yeah, hold on. Mommy. Mom, so she's not staying longer, just so that. Mom, just a little longer. It won't take that long. At all. I promise.
Alright, yeah, so, yeah, I think we got it all figured out. Everything's documented pretty good, and we're almost certainly going to have to try option 2 now, which is what I was trying to avoid, but it looks like there's no way around it. Let's just run one more little test real quick, just to see how it works.
But I'm
Yeah,
not.
so we
I don't
did
have
fix
to
the
say.
draw animation bug, but it looks like that bug was actually
Yeah, I'm
not.
not doing this like fart around.
She's not what?
She's not doing it. She's not staying long,
Okay, well,
and I'm not.
okay, you can take it with you and then have her do it with you.
No, she won't. She got stuff to do. That's why what she's saying. She can't.
You can just stay and not go with your mama. Why don't you just stay?
I'm not
For-
sitting here.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, baby. I'm sorry. I
Next
was.
time I come here, I'll do it.
Yeah, put it back in the box. Put everything back in the box. Okay? And close the box back up.
Oh, I threw the box away. I thought you were gonna do it.
Well, you got to get the box out of the trash. Yeah, it's a new bag. It shouldn't be like yucky or anything in there. Okay. Alright, yeah, so now we're just gonna finish devlog and so certainly means decided that we will have to implement a timestamp and ordered at data application a data send timestamp a way to order data transfers so that server side order is directly reflected client side, and made an outline for how to accomplish this. Hey, wait a second, wait, let me tell Zeta bye, hold up. Okay, yeah, so that is gonna be a wrap. So we went from 130 to 405, and that's through 2.5. We'll just say 2.5 hours. 5 hours. Okay. Alright. And yeah, so I'm happy with the progress we made. It's you know, now we know what we need to do. So not a lot of coding, but that's how it, that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you don't actually do a lot of coding. You're just doing brainstorming and documentation and ordering of your thoughts and what needs to be done next. So yeah. Until next time,